If you're into tactical gear, military-style tools, or smart gadgets that actually make life easier outdoors, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into 25 of the coolest tactical military equipment and gadgets you can grab on Amazon right now. This lineup is all about gear that's built for action, real use, and real situations, not stuff that just looks cool on a shelf. From packs and tools to lighting, safety, and survival essentials, every item here brings something practical to the table. Whether you're camping, prepping, training, or just love well-designed gear, this list is packed with tools that can earn their spot in your setup. So stay locked in, because some of these gadgets might be exactly what your current kit is missing.
Tactical Shovel Folding Axe. From cooking back to cutting and digging, the Tactical Shovel Folding Axe shows how multifunctional tools save space and weight. This compact tool unfolds into a shovel or axe, which handled clearing a campsite and chopping firewood without feeling flimsy. I tried it in damp soil and it stayed steady, which made digging a trench for water runoff easier than expected. Folding it back for carry proves handy when backpack space is tight. Transitioning from kitchen setups to physical tools, the folding axe reminds you that tactical gear often combines multiple purposes to reduce what you have to carry while still getting the job done. Gerber Gear Stakeout Spark. After covering high-tech navigation gear, a reliable, everyday cutting tool still deserves attention, which brings us to the Gerber Gear Stakeout Spark. This one feels like a camp essential you'll reach for without hesitation. The blade edge is sharp straight from the package, which helps during wood prep, rope cutting, or packing tasks. The handle sits confident in the hand, which adds control when precision matters more than brute force. I found it especially handy when setting tent stakes and trimming cord near firewood, which made those routine tasks faster and cleaner. What makes this simple tool feel tactical is that it's compact enough to carry close, yet strong enough to handle real work. As we transition to hydration gear next, it highlights how survival setups blend tools that do daily chores with gear that handles bigger challenges. RTS Rapid Deploy Kit. After cooking gear, having a kit that's ready at a moment's notice feels essential, which makes the RTS Rapid Deploy Kit stand out. This pack includes a mix of tactical and survival tools, all organized so you can grab what you need without digging. I carried it on a weekend hike, and when a sudden downpour hit, having a rain poncho, flashlight, and first aid in one pull made life easier. The zippers and compartments feel built for frequent use, which matters when you're opening gear multiple times a day. Transitioning from gear that heats water to gear that keeps you prepared, the RTS kit shows how organization is just as tactical as raw power. Real Avid Gun Tool. Moving from general survival to firearm care, the Real Avid Gun Tool is a compact solution that fits in your pack or pocket, which is perfect when you're heading into hunting or range trips. It combines several screwdrivers, wrenches, and bits that cover most common firearm models. I tried it on my rifle for a quick sight adjustment, and it handled everything without needing multiple tools. Its small footprint doesn't feel like a compromise, which means it's easy to carry without clutter. Shifting from broad survival kits to niche maintenance gear, the Real Avid tool proves that being prepared also means keeping your equipment ready for action. Trip Alarm. Safety is a top priority outdoors, and the Trip Alarm adds an extra layer of awareness, which comes in handy for campers and solo travelers. I set it up around a tent perimeter, and it immediately alerted me when movement crossed the line. The sensitivity can be adjusted, which is helpful if you want to avoid false alarms from small animals. It's compact and easy to transport, which means it doesn't take up extra space in your pack. Moving from gear storage to personal safety, the Trip Alarm shows how simple tools can add peace of mind and keep you proactive instead of reactive in the wild. Jetboil Flash. Keeping water treated and ready is one thing, but heating it fast is another, and that's where the Jetboil Flash comes in. This stove system feels built for heat on demand. You twist a fuel canister on, ignite, and water is boiling in seconds. That matters when you need hot drinks on cold mornings or when you want to reduce bacteria in water quickly. The integrated design keeps everything compact, which saves space, and the cup itself doubles as your cookpot, which cuts down on extra dishes. One trip in rainy weather proved how handy it is. While others struggled with wet kindling and slow heat, the Flash had my water boiling without fuss. Moving from water quality to water warmth, this tool shows how tactical setups cover both safety and comfort in wet or changing environments. Rangeman GPR H1000. Shifting from a handheld light into a full-featured tactical watch, the Rangeman GPR H1000 feels like having a tiny command center strapped to your wrist. This watch doesn't just tell time, it tracks your route, logs altitude changes, and even offers GPS support without needing a phone nearby. The buttons are big enough to use even with gloves, which helps when the weather turns cold or your hands are full with gear. I took it on a long weekend hike, and having the sunrise time, compass bearing, and backtrack feature built in made navigation feel less stressful. The display stays readable under bright sun, which matters when you're checking direction mid-trail. Moving from lighting and vision tools into wearable tech, the Rangeman proves that survival gear isn't just about hardware on your pack, but also about tools that stay with you everywhere you go. Fenix GL19R. Now shifting into tactical lighting, the Fenix GL19R feels like a dependable partner when darkness falls or you need focused light quickly. The beam this light produces is crisp and far-reaching, which helps when searching around campsites, checking gear, or signaling others at a distance. The body feels sturdy without being heavy, which makes it comfortable to hold for longer checks without grip fatigue. What stood out on a recent evening trek was how easy it was to switch brightness levels, which helped preserve battery when full power wasn't necessary. The rechargeable design means you don't have to worry about finding spare batteries in remote areas. As we look ahead to navigation-focused gear next, the Fenix GL19R reminds us that good light isn't just a luxury, it's a safety tool that keeps you aware and ready when the sun drops and the trail gets dark. Waterlight. From knives to water solutions, the Waterlight feels like the kind of gear you hope you never have to depend on, but you're glad it's there when you do. This unit lights up water so you can assess clarity before drinking, which is huge when you're sourcing water from streams or lakes on longer trips. The built-in sensor feels intuitive to use. Just drop it in and watch the readings, which removes the guesswork when time and safety matter. I used it near a river after rain, and it helped determine where water looked safest to treat and carry back to camp. Switching from tools that cut to gear that checks your essentials, Waterlight reminds you that survival is also about knowing what's safe, not just what works. It's the kind of peace that brings peace of mind when conditions on the ground aren't ideal. Ronin Medical Pullaway Kit. Turning from vision tools to medical readiness, the Ronin Medical Pullaway Kit feels like a thoughtful piece of gear that belongs in every pack. This kit arrives organized and compact, which helps when stress is high and you need to respond quickly. The supplies inside feel practical for real situations, which include bandages, trauma pads, and tools that help manage bleeding or stabilize injuries. One thing that stands out is how easy it is to find exactly what you need without fumbling, which matters when time is short. I've carried a similar kit on long hikes, and having it ready gave peace of mind during unexpected slips or scrapes. The pull-away system lets you lay everything out fast, which removes guessing and keeps you focused on helping someone. Moving from this to lighting gear, the medical kit reminds us that survival isn't only about sight or sound, it's also about being ready to keep yourself and others safe when accidents happen.
A TEGEN2 helmet. After talking about hard tools, it feels right to move into personal protection, and the ATEGEN2 helmet fits that role well. This helmet feels purpose-built for people who want real coverage without feeling weighed down all day. The shell feels tough in hand, which gives peace of mind when you are moving through tight spaces or training outdoors. It sits balanced on the head, which helps during long wear and keeps neck strain low. The padding inside feels comfortable and adjustable, which matters when you're wearing it for hours during drills or night patrol-style setups. The strap system locks in nicely, which helps the helmet stay put while running or climbing. Mount points on the front and sides allow you to add lights or cameras, which is useful during night movement or recording training sessions. In real-life use, this helmet makes sense for airsoft, range training, or emergency readiness setups. As we move forward, gear like this shows how protection and comfort can work together when the goal is staying focused and ready instead of distracted by bad fit or pressure points.
AGM NVG 40NL2. Stepping from restraint tools into enhanced vision gear, the AGM NVG 40NL2 night vision goggles feel like they open up a whole new world once the sun goes down. These goggles sit comfortably on your head, which helps when you're scanning terrain or moving quietly through dark trails. The image clarity is noticeably bright, which matters when you're trying to see shapes or movement that would otherwise be hidden in shadows. During an overnight camp, this kind of vision lets you stay aware of your surroundings without shining a flashlight and giving away your position. The adjustable straps help keep the fit steady, which is important when you're walking or making quick turns. What feels powerful about this device is how it lets you react instead of guess in low light, which reduces hesitation when you're tracking a path or checking for wildlife nearby. As we transition from sensory gear to safety kits, the AGM NVG 40NL2 shows how expanding your senses can boost confidence and awareness in dark conditions. Bolar Wrap. Alright, moving from rugged tech into personal control gear, the Bolar Wrap feels like something pulled straight from a modern tactical playbook. This device is designed as a distance restraint tool, which means it focuses on stopping movement without relying on brute force. The idea is simple and practical. You aim, deploy, and the cord wraps around the legs, which limits movement fast. That matters in tense moments where getting close is not a safe option. What makes the Bolar Wrap interesting is how compact it is. It fits easily on a belt or vest, which keeps it accessible without adding bulk. The deployment is quick, which helps in situations where seconds matter, like dealing with an aggressive animal or a threatening person at a short distance. It also uses a loud marker sound, which helps alert others nearby that something serious is happening. In real life, this feels less about power and more about control. It offers a way to handle risky encounters while keeping space between you and the threat. So as we move ahead, the Bolar Wrap bridges the gap between safety gear and smart restraint tools that focus on distance and awareness rather than close contact. Ulefone Armor 15. Moving forward from personal defense, it feels natural to talk about communication and reliability, and that is where the Ulefone Armor 15 really earns attention. This phone feels built for rough days outdoors, which means rain, dust, drops, and long hours away from power are part of its normal life. The body feels thick and solid in the hand, which gives confidence when you toss it in a pack or use it with gloves on. One thing that stands out right away is the built-in wireless earbuds, which live inside the phone itself. That sounds small, but during a long hike or late camp setup, not hunting for earbuds actually matters. The battery life is another strong point, which helps when you are using GPS, flashlight, or walkie apps for hours. The screen stays clear even under bright sun, which helps when checking maps or messages outside. In real use, this phone feels like a tool rather than a fragile gadget. So as we keep going, the Ulefone Armor 15 shows how modern tech can still feel ready for tough outdoor and tactical situations without asking for extra care.
Schrade SCAXE5. Moving on from carry gear, it makes sense to talk about a tool that earns its place the moment hard work starts. And that's where the Schrade SCAXE5 comes in. This piece feels like a mix of an axe and a survival tool, which helps when space matters and you want one item that can handle many jobs. The head feels solid, which gives confidence when chopping small logs for a fire or clearing branches around a campsite. The edge comes sharp enough to work right away, and it holds up well through repeated strikes. The handle has a grip that feels secure, which matters when your hands are tired or wet. It also includes useful extras built into the design, which makes it feel more than just a cutting tool. In real outdoor situations, this can mean splitting kindling, hammering tent stakes, or dealing with light demolition around camp. As we keep going, tools like this remind us that survival gear is not about fancy looks. It's about doing real work when conditions are not easy and time matters. AMP-12 Backpack. Let's kick this off with the AMP-12 backpack, because every tactical setup starts with what you carry and how fast you can move. This pack feels built for people who like their gear ready without wasting time digging around. The size sits right in that sweet spot where it stays compact on your back, yet it still holds enough for a long day outside or a short emergency run. The fabric feels tough to the touch, which gives confidence when brushing past rocks or loading it into a vehicle. What really stands out here is the layout. The compartments make sense, which helps when you need to grab medical gear, tools, or electronics without stopping to think. The shoulder straps feel padded in the right places, which matters when the bag stays on your back for hours. Moving forward, this kind of backpack sets the tone for everything else we're about to cover, because good gear only works when you can carry it comfortably and access it fast.
Mini crossbow. The mini crossbow is compact yet powerful, which makes it perfect for survival practice, target shooting, or adding a unique tool to your outdoor kit. It's lightweight enough to carry comfortably on hikes, and the trigger mechanism feels precise, which makes aiming at targets surprisingly easy. I took it to a small wooded area for some practice and noticed how quiet it is compared to other ranged tools, which is great if you want to stay unnoticed while hunting or scouting. Moving from multi-tools to tactical ranged gear, the mini crossbow shows that even small-scale weapons can deliver fun and practical skills while training for outdoor survival scenarios. Thyrm CellVault 18. The Thyrm CellVault 18 is a compact, rugged case designed to protect batteries and electronics, which is perfect for long trips or survival scenarios. It seals tightly to keep out water and dust, so your backup batteries stay dry and ready, which I found incredibly useful when hiking through muddy trails. Moving from multi-tools to tech protection, this case shows that safeguarding your power sources is just as important as carrying them. Having a reliable case like the CellVault 18 means you won't be stuck in the wild with dead devices when you need them most. Dango Multi-Tool Wallet. The Dango Multi-Tool Wallet is more than just a wallet, which makes it ideal for everyday carry and survival situations. It combines storage for cash and cards with tools like a bottle opener, wrench, and screwdriver set. I carried it on a weekend hike and used it to tighten a loose gear strap while keeping my essentials secure. Transitioning from electronics protection to everyday practicality, this wallet proves that tactical gear can be discreet, functional, and always ready for unexpected challenges in the outdoors or urban adventures. Window breaker and seatbelt cutter tool. This little gadget is one of those gadgets you hope you never need, but when you do, it can save your life, which makes it a must-have for cars or camping trips with vehicles. The seatbelt cutter easily slices through a stuck belt without jamming, and the spring-loaded glass breaker shatters windows with minimal effort. I tested it on an old car window at a training session, and it popped cleanly every time. Moving from defensive gear to survival essentials, this tool proves that even small items can have huge impact, giving you confidence that you can handle emergencies quickly and safely. Camping tent. A good tent is the cornerstone of any outdoor setup, and this camping tent makes setting up camp simple and quick, which is a relief after a long day of hiking. I pitched it solo, and the poles and clips snapped together smoothly, which gave me a sturdy structure that resisted evening winds. The interior is spacious enough for 2 adults in gear, and the ventilation kept condensation down during a damp night. Transitioning from safety alerts to shelter, this tent proves that reliable gear can make outdoor adventures comfortable while still standing up to the elements. Tactical fixed blade knife. Cutting tools are a must in any tactical kit, and the tactical fixed blade knife delivers solid performance, which I found useful for everything from prepping kindling to slicing rope. The grip feels secure in wet and dry conditions, which adds confidence when handling sharp edges in tricky situations. I used it during a camping trip to process firewood, and it held its edge well without any need for immediate sharpening. Moving from shelter to tools, this knife shows that having reliable cutting gear can make survival tasks smoother and faster, which is essential when you're outdoors for extended trips. Card Folding Molly Scissor. When you're packing light, the card folding Molly scissor really stands out, which is great for EDC fans and tactical adventurers. It's about the size of a credit card, but it folds out into a small pair of scissors that's surprisingly sturdy. I used it to trim rope and open packages while camping, and it felt precise despite its tiny size. Its slim design fits into wallets or pouches, which means it's always available without taking up space. Moving from wearable gear to compact tools, this scissor proves that clever design can make everyday tasks much easier when you're in the field. Tekto A2 Badger. The Tekto A2 Badger is a small but tough tactical tool, which feels right at home whether you're camping, hiking, or just prepping for emergencies. Its compact design doesn't take up much space, but it offers multiple functions like a knife edge, screwdriver tips, and a mini pry tool. I tested it on some light woodwork while setting up a campsite, and it handled the tasks without bending or slipping. Moving from compact scissors to multi-tools, the A2 Badger shows how portable gear can still pack serious utility, which makes it a must-have for anyone who wants a tool that's ready for anything without carrying a heavy load.